What's going on, 49er faithful, 49er fan, 49er gang? This is your boy Niner Gang Podcast back in the building. I know y'all looking at the background like, yo, where's the stuff at? But hey, man, Christmas is around the corner. I live with a woman who loves Christmas, so got to switch it up, man. Y'all gonna see the kitchen for a minute, so got to make sure the background looks as best I possibly can make it look it. I know it's crazy too because everybody's like, yo, it's early as fuck over there. Yes, where I am it is 6:16. I'm in Arizona, so I had to come in and do an early show, man. I got a lot of stuff going on when it comes to Thanksgiving and everything. Of course, that being tomorrow. So, no, I ain't going to the store because I have no business trying to shop in there with these crazy last minute people. It happens. Believe me, I've seen it a million times. But I am here to talk about the game. So let's get right on into it, man. We had a fantastic game against the Cardinals. Nice blowout, 28 points, 4 touchdowns. Blowout, man, and that was beautiful. I loved it. We had to play Colt McCoy, and we conquered that monster that everybody seemed to be a little bit afraid of because of what he did to us last year, which is, rightfully so. We definitely understand it. But Jimmy Garoppolo went out there, man, and had a fantastic game. You have a couple of throws here and there that you look at and you may see and you may go, oh, well, it's Jimmy. So it's not a big deal. I'm not complaining. The man went out there and had a stellar game. Like, you got to think about it from that type of a standpoint. When you look at it, Jimmy Garoppolo was 20 of 29 for 228 yards. He averaged 7.9 yards per throw. He had 4 touchdowns, no sacks, no interceptions, finished off with a QBR of 77.3 and a quarterback rating of 131.9. So that's the beauty of that, man. That tells you right then and there that we are awesome, that we did our jobs, that everybody was doing the things that they needed to do. Now, the beauty of this is the Cardinals didn't score in the second half. In the last 3 games, we have shut teams out. Where? In the second half. So this is awesome that we have that luxury, that our defense is playing that well, that we can shut teams out in the second half, destroy them, and they have no option but to give in. You know what I mean? Like, it's a frustrating situation. I know, shout out Jason DePonte. He was saying he was going to go watch Hard Knocks because it is on the Cardinals. And, yeah, man, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're going to have a hell of a passionate time in that locker room because right now the Cardinals are sucking, man. They're right there at the bottom of the division with the lamb chops. They look bad. We are 4-0 in the division, which is fan-fucking-tastic, strictly based on the fact that gives us leverage over any other team in our immediate division, the NFC West, if we ever come down to a tiebreaker. That's the first thing they're going to look at. What's your divisional record? You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's going on, T-Jack? Ronnie Montoya, what's going on? Hey, look, Ronnie Montoya says 15 tutty and 4 interceptions for the season. We'll take that all day long. Yes, we will. I'll gladly take that. You can minimize the interceptions and continue to maximize on the TDs. Who wouldn't take that? We love it. You know what I mean? So good morning to you, TJ. Good morning, Ronnie. So for me, here's the thing. It's when you look at the way things worked out, it was perfect. So let's just take a look at the possessions and see exactly what happened. So Arizona had 11 possessions in total. So did the 49ers. Arizona had 6 possessions in the first half, 5 in the second. So they had 2 scoring drives, 1 field goal and 1 touchdown. After that, they had 4 punts, 2 interceptions, and 2 turnover on downs. So that tells me the defense was doing their fucking job. They stopped them when they needed to stop them. They intercepted it when they needed to intercept it. Jimmy Ward, of all people, got an interception. And we know that's a rare sighting. So Jimmy got an interception. And we were definitely grateful about that. Y'all give me a second. I forgot about my alarm. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Sorry about that. Sometimes the alarm goes off. You got the phone charging and shit. You forget about it. But as I was stating, defense did a fantastic job. You know what I mean? We made it uncomfortable for Colt McCoy. Looks like he accidentally had his finger stepped on by Nick Bosa. Whenever things like that happen, you just have to be mindful, man, because those cleats, they hurt. You get stepped on, by a cleat. That shit's going to be painful as fuck. And guys aren't trying to purposely hurt each other. It just kind of happens that way. So when you look at Colt McCoy, Basically, he was 24-34, 218 yards. He had one interception. He had taken 3 sacks. We got to his ass 3 different times. QBR is shitty at 39.0. Rating was 75.4. So that tells you automatically that, we look great and we are fantastic when it comes to shutting the quarterback down. And to have a team have the ball 11 times and they only score twice is great work by the defense. The beauty of it is the defense finally got a return from the offense. And what I mean by that is we have too many weapons not to be scoring 38 a game on a consistent basis. We should score no less than 30 points per game, period, with a fully healthy offense. No one is hurt. Like, that's the beauty of this. No one is hurt. Everybody is healthy. If Mitchell isn't having a great day, we can give it to CMC and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? The crazy thing about this is we were able to put in our backups in garbage time. Why? Because we had the game well in hand. We literally made the Cardinals submit. So it's 2 times this year, 2 times that we made another team submit in some way, shape, or form. We got Matt Rule fired after we whooped Carolina's ass. And then now in the game versus the Cardinals, we basically made them quit. They put in Trace McSorley because they were like, fuck, it ain't no point to let Colt McCoy get hurt or injured even further. This game is out of hand. We ain't winning. And they gave up. And it happens like that because why? You see these things come to fruition right in front of your eyes when you realize there's no way for me to win. I just got to go ahead and pack it in, cut my losses and call it a day. That's basically what we did to the Arizona Cardinals. And here's the other thing about it. The beauty of this is this was a home game for the Cardinals. Remember that. A home game for Arizona. And we took over. Over 80% of those ticket sales went to 49er fans. Anything with the Cardinals, they booed. Anything with the 49ers, they cheered. Like, the reception we got at the hotel when we got there was fucking lovely. Mexico loves us. So I have no issues going down there and playing, man. Like that, if I was a player, schedule me for a couple of games down in there. You know why? Just for the love of the game, just for the fans in general. And to be honest with you, man, I would have loved to have seen them just activate Gutierrez and let him be there, man, and get a couple of plays in at the end of the game or something. If you're going to put him in garbage time, put him in garbage time, but if you got the game well in hand, you should have activated him and told somebody on the line that's normally activate, man, we out here in his city, in his country, man, we're gonna let him get some burn. He gonna be that dude real quick. Let him get out there, man. And to be honest with you, bro, I would have taken, if I was one of the players that had to speak, if I was Ayuk or Debo or Kittle or Warner or Nick or Jimmy or anybody, I would have purposely went up there and said, guys, I want you guys to understand I'm not being offensive. If you guys feel more comfortable speaking in your native tongue, big boy right here is here to translate, baby. I'd have had Alfredo up there with me purposely to make things easier. Like I would have put him out there, man. You know what I'm saying? And I know that sometimes that can be looked at as you're doing it on purpose. And, it can be frowned upon, but this is the moment for him to shine. Alfredo Gutierrez is a beacon of light for all those kids down in Mexico that want to play American football and feel like they might be able to make it. That program that he was in when he was living in TJ, then wound up going into San Diego. And then from San Diego, he wound up coming to us. Like what he was doing and all of the things that were happening and all of the stuff that worked out for him, he's a beacon of light for them. And he shows them, hey, you can do this. Just keep working. There are programs. There's ways for you to get here. There's things for you to do. I would want him to be up there and even explain that situation. To remind those kids, give them hope, give them light, show them, hey, man, there's another way. You have better options. And just to be able to do that. And at the same time, shit, it's cool to have this big motherfucker right there next to me like a bodyguard. I ain't tripping. So it's great that he was there. It's great that we went out, we played. You saw, George Kittle out there with the luchador community, and he's got a real tight close thing to them because he is a big wrestling fan just in general. So He got himself a nice mask. He tried to wear it during the press conference. They told him to take it off. But it's awesome. And it's not like you wouldn't have known that was George. I mean, George is the biggest wrestling fan we have on our team. So it's nice that you have these options and these things going on, and I appreciate it every second of it. I'm here for all of it. When it comes down to the game, as I stated, Jimmy Garoppolo had a fantastic game. I don't have anything negative to say about him. That if he continues to do what he's doing throughout the rest of the year, I'm okay. Everybody knows me. Everybody knows how I feel about Jimmy Garoppolo. I personally don't truthfully care, but care for him, and I know he's gone next year. But if he keeps playing like this, man, hey, he's going to play himself into a nice little bag. He can get himself a nice little $30, $35 million deal out of some desperate team. I mean, you know what you're getting when you get Jimmy Garoppolo. You know you get a guy who has those moments where he's streaky and sometimes those moments where he's inconsistent. And we all understand that. As 49er fans, we've been dealing with this over the past 5 years. So we know and understand what we're going to get from Jimmy Garoppolo. So when he has down moments, it's something we kind of expect. When he has fantastic moments, it's a little unexpected. But then at the same time, depending on the way the game is going, we could say, okay, you know, we expected that. Jimmy was balling. He was balling. And he did. He balled this game. I'm giving Jimmy Garoppolo credit here on my channel. He balled. And I appreciate it every second of it, man. Like it's beautiful when your quarterback makes things look good. That opportunity, he had to get the first down. Nope, let me dump it off to George Kittle. George Kittle turns that into a TD. You know what I'm saying? The opportunity where he would look like he was going to go to Christian McCaffrey in the flat to the right, but next thing you know, he says, "Nope, that's not there. Nope, that's not there. Nope." That he went through his progressions properly, found Brandon Ayuk, boom, touchdown, and BA bounces off of everybody. You know what I'm saying? BA had 2 catches for 20 yards, both of them were touchdowns. I don't give a fuck about the yards. The TDs is what matter. So I love that. And then George Kittle, we had a George Kittle signing. Kittle had 2 fucking touchdowns, people. Like, let's take a look at just the receiving here. So, once again, Jimmy, 20 for 29. That right there, man, that's a fantastic completion percentage. Kittle was targeted 6 times. He caught 4 for 84 and 2 tutties. I'm good with that. CMC targeted 7 times, caught all 7 passes, 67 yards. I'm good with that. Debo targeted 9 times, caught 7, 757. He was averaging 8 yards a carry. Like I said, BA 2 for 20. He had his time, and that's what works when you look at the look at the run game. Christian McCaffrey, 7 carries, 39 yards, 5.6 yards a carry. I'm good with that. He had a long run of 20 yards. So that was that. So that tells you, honestly, if you take away that long run of 20 yards, he only has 29 yards on 6 carries. So you divide that, it's still almost 5 yards a carry. So, I'm sorry, he had 19 yards on 6 carries. So that's about 3 yards a carry. So it's not necessarily the greatest, but I mean, hey, he did his thing in both ways. So he had over 100 scrimmage yards. That's all that matters. Elijah Mitchell, 9 carries, 59 yards. His long was 19, and he still would have been well over a league average as far as that's concerned. Hey, what's going on, Melissa? Silverado Kev, what's going on, man? How you doing, brother? I know I ain't been in the Real Talk Niner Talk streams like I supposed to be, man, but I try to drop in every time I can and go back and take a look at it. I know y'all over there doing fantastic, great work. Nothing but love to Real Talk Niner Talk, man. That's my family. Those are my brothers over there. Super Dave, Jew, Kev, Will, Don. I love all y'all, man. Nothing but love to everybody over there. And if you ain't fucking with Real Talk or Niner Talk, you missing out on some fantastic content. Those guys do awesome work over there. So I'm not going to go this far, but Submit says, as long as Jimmy Goat ain't playing with 4 fingers and an injured shoulder in the playoffs, we have a very good chance of winning it all. Here's my thing. I'm not going to go that far. And the only reason is he's not around in the playoffs. He does not show up. And we all know and understand that. You've been watching Niner football for the last couple of years. You know that during the regular season, Jimmy sometimes is a force. Sometimes he's the reason we win. Sometimes he could be the reason we lose. And there are some days where he just plays lights out like he did against the Cardinals. So you're going to get an influx of an emotional roller coaster with him at times, because there's going to be that time where you're going, oh, of course, bro. Of course, Kev. So you're going to get that time where you're going up on a roller coaster where you don't necessarily know what's happening, or you're thinking, yeah, motherfucking drop is coming. So while you're going up, everything is cool. You know why? Because it's a slow pace. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going up, right? But then that fucking drop comes, and you're like, oh shit! And your stomach goes up to your throat, then back down into your stomach. Like it's back down into your abdomen. Should I say? It's crazy. It works like that with him. But we've been along for this ride this long, so we're gonna have to continue to ride it out. So yes, we would love for Jimmy to continue to play like this. I'll take 228 yards every game and 4 TDs. You ain't got to give me a 500-600 yard game. If you throwing 4 TDs, I don't care. That's just how that works for me. I think that would be, a perfect situation, man. Okay, you work 5:30 to 2. Yeah, man. I was working 5 to basically 6. I was working 6 to 2:30, but now I'm working, 7 to 2:30 pretty much, 7 to 3:30, just because daylight savings fucks everything up. Typically, we shouldn't be affected by that, but unfortunately, it is what it is. So either way, let's go ahead and take a look at the 49ers. 11 total possessions, 4 punts, 6 scores, 5 TDs and 1 field goal, and a garbage time was our last drive. So we had 11 possessions. We scored 6 times on those possessions. That's a great thing. That's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the fact that 6 times out of those 11, we took advantage of it. We put the ball in the end zone, and we only had 1 field goal. That's the truth here, ladies and gents. 1 field goal. I love that strictly based on the fact that it's cool for me to see 1 field goal and 5 TDs. I'm all right with that because we want to score touchdowns every single time. We want to score touchdowns anytime we're in the red zone. We don't want field goals. If we're kicking field goals and we're ridiculously, like the game is ridiculously out of hand, at that point, I stop caring. I'm not going to trip out. Why? Because the game's out of hand. We ain't got to stress ourselves trying to force a TD or anything like that. Can we? And can we kick some teams, when they're down? Yeah, but if not, if it's not needed, if you're trying to make sure players don't get hurt, of course you want to go ahead and say, you know what, man, it's all good. We just gonna kick this field goal, bro. Don't even trip. So at the end of the day, that was how we looked. And when you take a look at the numbers, the leading scorer is going to be the leading rusher was Elijah Mitchell, 9 for 59. George Kittle was receiving 4 for 84. So let's flip to the defensive side of the ball. Let's talk about that because we already talked about the offense. The offense was fantastic. Everybody looked great. We had touchdowns from all of our key playmakers, guys. It's outside of CMC, everybody else that's a playmaker scored. George Kittle scored. Debo scored. Ayuk scored. That's how it's supposed to be every single game when we have weapons like we do right now. That is the point of it. You want those dudes out there scoring touchdowns every single game. That's what it is. And that's how I like it. So let me get to this real quick. Submit says all QBs have bad games. No QB is perfect. Jimmy's playing good, and I hope he stays healthy. I agree. All QBs do have bad games. Jimmy has a few more than most, but I digress. He's playing well. Not going to knock him. 3 games in a row, he's been doing his job. He hasn't fucked the game up for us. I'm not going to destroy, his good moments. I'm going to live in them and hope that this just continues. He said CMC will be Submit says CMC will be this difference maker this time around. Definitely understand that. He definitely will be. I think he's a difference maker already. CMC has had a fantastic impact on Jimmy Garoppolo and on this offense. I mean, hell, man, since he's been here, we're 3-1. I ain't mad at that. I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? We need to make this run anyway to be able to take ourselves right into the playoffs, continue to keep getting these W's, and continue to put ourselves in prime position to be able to possibly even host a home game, you know what I'm saying, for the playoffs. And remember, the Super Bowl is here where I live right now. It's in Arizona. So if they come to Arizona, I'm going ape shit. I'm going crazy, man. I'm definitely going to have a good time, man. Thanks, Melissa. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Happy Thanksgiving to anyone out there who does celebrate it. You know what I'm saying? I've taken Thanksgiving and used it in a different light. I use it for a positive light. I know what really happened on Thanksgiving. I'm not going to get into that. So I'm not going to get into political things. But Happy Thanksgiving to anyone out there. Hope you guys are having a good time. Spend time with your family. Nothing but love. There it is. Yeah, Kev said it in our chat, man. In real estate, it's location, location, location. In football, it's execution, execution, execution. We stack games like Monday night. Stay healthy. We'll be hoisting number 6. Those are facts, people. Not to be disputed. That is definitely the case. So when we flip over to the defensive side of the ball, the defense has been balling 3 games in a row. In the second half, if you play in 49ers, you don't score. You have no hope of putting the ball in the end zone or even kicking the fucking field goal for that matter. We don't allow it. And I love every fucking second of it, man. This is beautiful that we are kicking teams' ass this way. Tell you right now, man, Vic Fangio, just bring your ass home. Come on. Come on, be the D coordinator. You've been lingering around the facilities and whatnot. We already know we didn't quarter them well. Vic Fangio most likely is the next D coordinator because everybody thought it was going to be Kacerek. Kacerek has made it very well known publicly. He is not interested in being a defensive coordinator. He likes to be a defensive line coach. And with the work that he does with the guys that we got, I want him to stay there. I want Chris Kacerek defensive line coach until he's 90 if he can. But at the end of the day, man, I think Fangio will be our next DC. D'Amico is definitely going to be a head coach in this league. It's a game over for anybody who thinks that he's not. He is definitely doing fantastic work. He's got this defense playing amazingly. We got 3 sacks last night. That was a beautiful situation. So when you look at it, those 3 sacks came from Fred Warner, Nick Bosa, the usual suspect, Kevin Givens. And Givens came through on his unblocked. Like he just walked right past everybody. Whoever that guard was, I don't know what the fuck he was doing, but Givens ran right past his ass and right into Colt McCoy, man. It was beautiful. So the interceptions as well, when you look at that, we had 2 INTs. Where are they at? Jimmy Ward, and that's my boy, Mr. Womack. If you think you're lonely now, wait until Womack intercepts you. And he did, man. And the thing about this is, McSorley, I don't know who you are. I know nothing about you. But there ain't no way in hell you threw that ball knowing that was a full white jersey. How did you do that? How did you throw the ball to that spot? I don't know if somebody ran the wrong motherfucking route or what was going on, but he threw that shit right to Womack, and Womack did what he was supposed to do. He kneeled down in the end zone. The other thing I can say is, boy, that elevation is a motherfucker because you can see players getting winded. You saw Debo go to the sideline several times trying to get worked on. You saw CMC, he was using a little thing to, massage his body. Like, you have to continually be careful about that because that, that level is hard, man. Like the air, when you're up that high, man, your breathing is different. The way oxygen flows through to your muscles is going to be affected because you are in such a high elevation. So you have to be very mindful of that. Hydration is key, along with staying, making sure that you're doing everything to continue to just keep your body right. Your recovery is very key in that. So I know they're good to be back home. Everything was fantastic for us. We had our day off. We'll probably go ahead and get ready for this next game and keep it rolling, man. I'm not mad about anything that the defense did. So we had that, we had those 2 interceptions. We had the 3 sacks. That's what the defense, that's what you want from them, man. You don't want anything else from your defense outside of that. And, the other thing, Mooney Ward led the team with 10 tackles. Mooney was out there tackling everything fucking moving, any and everything. Now, he did make himself a little, what's the name? He did make himself, a little fun of D-Hop. He called him steroid boy. I personally don't. I think D-Hop may have just taken something that probably wound up on the list and inadvertently. I like D-Hop. He is one of the top 3 receivers in the league when he's healthy and he's fully ready to go. And he's always able to play with whichever quarterback you give him. So I give him his respect. He was the one in the beginning of the game. He was torching us. He was turning Mooney Ward around and everything like that. So not gonna cast any aspersions on DeAndre Hopkins. I like him. I think he's a great player, and I think he's going to continue to do big things. But it kind of is what it is. So let me get to a couple of comments real quick before I go on about the defense. Melissa says, thoughts on the Cowboys losing to the Giants and keeping that streak alive. Thanksgiving. I hope they do, man. I hope they lose to the Giants. I never want to see the Cowboys win. They beat the brakes off of Minnesota, though. Good Lord. You ain't see Kirk Cousins on the jet with a bunch of bling this go around. Cowboys defense beat the shit out of the Vikings, man. They whooped they ass. They tore their O-line up. I don't know, man. Tony Pollard went off. He fucked me in fantasy because I was playing against him. He went insane. So there's things that happen that it's crazy right there, man. It's definitely a wild thing. Severado Kev says, I'm not saying Jimmy has arrived, but he's definitely playing confident and efficiently, and he has and is starting to extend plays, make throws on the run, not trade, but he's making it work. I completely agree. Melissa says Diamdo Lenore had a great day. He definitely did. He wasn't getting killed. He actually did a pretty good job on D-Hop when he had to guard him. That was the thing that I was actually very surprised about, man. I'm not going to be worried about that. Submit says the only thing that worries me is Kyle's play calling. It can be sus at times. And that's the thing. A lot of people are very pro Shanahan or pro Jimmy or pro this, pro that. I'm one of those people. I'm pro winning. I'm pro looking for that 6 Lombardi. And at the same time, no one is above reproach. Everybody gets to be held accountable. So yes, there are times when Shanahan's play calling sometimes is suspect. We've called him conservative Kyle every now and then because he doesn't take the chances that you think he should take, but then he turns around and takes a chance where you're like, what? Why are you doing it now? Don't do that. You're gonna, okay, you did it. Well, same situation with Jimmy sometimes. You never know. T-Jack asks, do I think that Armstead will be back this week? I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say they give him another week, let him rest one more week, try to see if that hairline fracture is kind of cleared up as best it possibly can, and then we bring him out. I think you see Armstead versus Miami, but I got to see who we play next. So give me just a quick second. I'm going to take a look at that because I only got about like 5 minutes left before I got to get out of here and get myself to work. Let's see here. So our next game is versus the Saints. I don't think they're going to put him in there. Yeah. So we're playing the Saints. The Saints are not doing well. I love my mom. Shout out to my mom. She's a Saints fan. I'm a Niner fan. But we're going to have to – mom knows when football comes, it's all nothing but war. And then right back there, it goes right back to the love. I'm not going to be upset about that. Throwback, what's going on, brother? Mosley's out for the season. He will not be back. He tore his ACL. Kiss him goodbye. To be honest with you, man, we've got a couple months, and Trey looks like he's moving all right, and I think he'll be ready for next season. So I'm happy about that. Man, it's a hard sell, bro. And the beauty of it is, and I'm not gonna go on this real long because I want to make sure I continue to cover the game. The beauty of it is, man, that's how my mom's raised me, and that's how the people that taught me about fanhood basically raised me. It's like, look, man, you stick with your team, you ride or die with them through good, bad, ugly, and different times, whatever the case may be. You don't let nobody slander your team. You know and understand them. You know the players. You know certain things about them. So you're able to talk that shit when you got to talk that talk. But then at the same time, even inside the family, like I'm a diehard UCLA guy. I know we lost to SC, and a lot of people wanted to give me shit about it. That's cool. They won. They can talk their shit. But they know when I win, I'm all up in their ass. And, I've got my brother from another mother, Aaron. He's a USC fan. He'll talk shit to me when he know that they SC come kick our teeth in. And I just you got to take that one on the chin. You lost. It is what it is. So with me and my mom's raised me like that. Like I saw her when she would be so hyped and overzealous, and ready, when a touchdown was scored, when an interception happened, and all these things were going on, all those things, man, I saw that, so I started to utilize that. And then in my own way, as I grew up as a man, I just started to do different things myself. But the defense played a solid ass game, man. 3 sacks, 2 interceptions. I can't ask for much more. We got turnovers, so the offense got the ball back. We are really doing our thing. We are rolling in the right direction. And I really have no complaints about the defense. Special teams did very well as well. Sam Womack is a star on the special teams. excuse me, to be honest with you, I would love for them to just put Jimmy back at safety and throw Womack in the slot and let Demo, Charvarius, and Sam go out there and just handle the receivers. I think that'll work a little bit better. I love the fact that Womack is a ball hawk. He's my type of defensive back because those are the guys that I love. I don't like coverage defensive backs. I'm not saying that they're not great. They don't do their job, but coverage DBs bore me. I like to see the highlight. I want to see that big hit. I want to see that interception. Like, I want that dude to basically fear me if he's going against me. And when we put players like that on the field, that's a beautiful thing. So then when you look at everything else, man, we just did the right things when it comes down to it. We limited the penalties and whatnot. So we had 3 for 30 this game. That was it. And that's a good thing. You know, the Cardinals had 5 for 50. We'll take that. Now, the crazy thing is they won the time possession battle. They had it for 30 minutes and 51 seconds. We had it for 29:09. But even with that, we still got them. You know what I mean? When you look at the numbers overall, we killed them in every statistical category. As far as it goes. So I'm not going to be upset, man. And we look great going toward the end of the year. Like, we look fantastic, man. And this is what we need to be doing. So we got to go, but we got to go home, beat the Saints, and take them out really quick. And then the next game, that game versus the Dolphins, that one scares me. That really scares me. And it's only the reason I'm going to say that. And I'll do a preview game for the Dolphins. I'll do a preview game for the Saints, preview show for the Saints as well. But here, 7:00 tonight, we should be ready to go and get things rolling in the right direction. I won't be there. I think it might just be Brandon and Christian. But I got some things I got to do for Thanksgiving. I still got to prepare. You know, I do cook. And, you know, I got to hang out with the fam bam and everything. So they'll do what they're going to do. And I got to do what I got to do. I got to make the food that I got to make. I have become a procurer of chicken to an extent. And everybody loves the way that I'm making it happen. So I got to do that. But either way, 49ers win 38-10, kicked the teeth in of the Cardinals, those little red birds. We choked them out. We smacked them. We bitch slapped them. We put a helium tank in their mouth and watched them blow up and watch those red feathers fly all over the fucking sky. It was a great thing, man. I know, Throwback. And be honest with you, man, Throwback, if anything, jump on with him, man. I'll get it, Brandon, and see if he can hook you up and let you come through, man. You always have good takes. You're very, very knowledgeable. And you guys are definitely cool, man. You know the vibes. It's always great. The community of the 49ers is awesome because we don't really have – it's rare that you find a person in your chat that does not understand football and doesn't really know what's going on. Sometimes you get, you know, what I like to call a casual fan, somebody who just wears the gear, sees if we won or lost, and keeps pushing with life. That's okay. Then you get passionate fans like pretty much most of the content creators. Me, Kev, Breezy, Mike at NBN, the Hive in general. Like, we don't play. We hold everybody accountable. All of the guys, man, everybody does content creating, along with the fact that the 49ers have the most content creators on the fucking planet. There is no other team that has as many content creators as we do. I guarantee you could look out there, and if somebody did the research, there wouldn't be anyone that does more content creating than the 49er community. I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I might keep this as a thing, you know what I'm saying, where I go super early in the morning and make life easier for myself to be able to get up early, get this going. I know the people on the East Coast, it's already 9 something going on 10 for them. And I know people on the West Coast, they're an hour behind me, in California and stuff. So it's all good. I can touch all ranges and try to do that as well. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on the post notifications so I can keep you up to date on any and everything San Francisco 49ers. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Make sure that they know and understand, hey, look, this dude is doing a podcast. He out there doing fantastic work. And, keep everything rolling, man. We're going to continue to keep going. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone that came in and hang out with your boy. I got to get to work. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until a couple of days from now, you know what I'm saying? We're going to do a preview show for the Saints. But until then, hey, man, go Niners. nothing but love to everybody. Peace and blessings. Have a great Thanksgiving. And keep your head up, man. No matter what you're going through, somebody else is going through the same thing. And you're never alone, man. God loves you. We as the 49er community love you. And we always got your back. Peace.